with a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets busted, with a chance, with a chance. When your room smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all your old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets busted, with a chance, with a chance. When your room smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all your old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance.
comes a beckoning voice, a thing spinning. You have no choice.
Fix it. The Damned on Widdershins Radio, where you probably hear that, right? Yeah. Our neighbor decided to do some yard work and piss his dog off, right at the beginning of the show. But there's too much equipment to move inside, so the show must go on, and they only really have like a 15-foot square yard, so it can only take so long. So we'll just, Marta, need you to lean into the microphone, make sure they hear us.
Okay, I'm leaning.
I'm leaning.
So we're going to bring on our guest here, because she's already talking in the background. You hear her probably. Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
We're bringing in Jaime Gatewood and into the chaos, and it looks like we're louder than the machine. So it's the show must go on. Right?
I think it sounds great, and I love the chaos. It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's got to be over soon. We played an extra song just to hope that it would be over.
and we have everything like set up and plugged in out here, so we can't even move it inside without it being a huge pain in the ass.
I think
We probably did it on purpose because we started playing music.
Yeah, this is one of those times where you need my setup, where it's just one laptop.
Yeah, we got the laptop and the monitor, and the laptop doesn't have much battery, so if I unplug it, the laptop dies. It's very complicated when we have a guest. We were talking. We need a mixing board, and headphones and shit that we don't yet have. We're very primitive.
Very lo-fi.
Because most of the time we'll do the show off my phone. They have an app for Spreaker, off the phone. But if we have a guest, the Skype doesn't work through the phone. That's something they really should work out.
Yeah.
The phone actually has better quality than this fucking laptop.
I've done plenty of Skype calls over the phone, so I know it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just haven't put it in their programming yet to include both Skype and whichever. Hey, Christine. Hey, Lisa.
Yeah. So we got Jaime Gatewood on the show, and I gotta say, Jaime, you dicked us around for so long when we tried to have you on the show before. I forgot what your book's called, so you're just gonna have to plug all your stuff.
Honestly,
you just put out a book.
I don't even know.
You
what
should
my
know.
book's called. It's such a piece of garbage.
That's a great plug.
I only wrote one chapter of it. And
what do you have, like ghostwriters?
Yeah, well, it was somebody else wrote the book, and they wanted my interpretation of the rituals, so I included that. So it was Alex, you know him, Alex Scarascoshi or whatever.
That's a good way of saying his name. I've always kind of wondered how it was pronounced, but I'm not sure if you're right. But it sounds right.
I don't know. He's told me before, but who knows if I'm saying it right.
I think I'm still an admin at his ceremonial magic school, and all they really ever do there is approve or deny people if they don't answer the questions.
That should be fun for you.
Yeah, if they don't answer the questions, I deny them. They could write Mickey Mouse for every fucking answer, and I'll approve them.
There's this one page that I just joined the other day, and I just, they asked a bunch of questions. I just didn't feel like asking the questions, so I just did back page, and just wasn't gonna do it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, so-and-so has approved your request. I'm like, I didn't even do anything. I didn't play by your rules.
Not on my watch, man. Yeah. That's not the only thing I do there. I'll read an occasional post and stuff, but it's always funny that they have a witch on the ceremonial magic school as an admin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dog bark.
When I did my podcast forever ago, it's no longer available, but when I was doing the witch interviewing the ceremonial magicians, I got so much of an ass reaming from that.
Really?
Yeah, well, because ceremonial magicians would be like, somebody who has more experience should be asking these questions. And it was like, okay, well, how do you think that people get this experience? Like, you have to ask the questions.
That's the dumbest premise I ever heard. It's like, it's better to have somebody that doesn't know, because they're not going to assume things that the audience doesn't know.
Yeah,
I will often play
in
dumb.
all likelihood, the audience doesn't know either, and it's good to have.
I will play dumb and act like I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, just to get them to talk about the stuff in the context that the listener will understand. It's about the listeners, people. You don't understand this fucking art?
Oh yeah.
Okay, are you guys done barking? bad enough. We got the fucking noise. Oh, that stopped now. But now we got you guys barking. No. Just
So,
chill the fuck out.
Jamie, where are you living these days?
In another
Well,
time zone, clearly.
currently, technically, I have no home. I'm really embracing, and I'm going to bring the word back. I'm embracing the gypsy life. And so I know that's like a controversial word, but however, I think it's really fitting, and it taps into my ancestry. But right now I'm in New York, and so kind of what I wanted to do on this show was to let you guys know where I'll be in the United States for this upcoming year. So obviously we have Hexfest in August, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll be in New Orleans in August. Right now I'm in New York. I just set up Michelle Firestone in the comments. She has a crystal business called Firestone Crystals LLC. And I met her. She's one of my tarot clients that I met online. We became good friends over a short period of time. She's recovering from a surgery, so I came out here to set up her crystal business. However, that launched this idea for me of becoming a magical consultant. So I am really good at the organizational skills. I'm very OCD. So I just go into places, and like I did in the marijuana industry for about 15 years, I'm gonna transfer that now to the occult business. So I'm gonna be like an occult compliance officer, where I come in and I fix your business. So I'll be in Virginia in a couple of weeks helping Christine with her business, Christine Illusions, which has the most phenomenal website I think I've seen. Like, she really put a lot of time and effort into it, but wasn't generating a lot of sales. So like finally that's turning around, but it's like everybody has a fault in some way, shape, or form in their business that could be, remedied. And I'm a very militant person. I can get you on a regimented schedule. However, I don't want that for myself. I don't want to be tied down by houses, by relationships, by people. Like, thankfully, my parents are taking care of my daughter right now, so I get to really kind of embrace this lifestyle that I'm living. But yeah, we've got Kenya Koviak in Detroit with, I can't remember, like the Witches Ball or something coming up. I can't tell what's going on with that. Like, I can't tell if they're having
Detroit
that or
City
not.
Conjure or something. What's Kenya's festival?
Convocation.
Yeah, she's having a hard time getting her vendors to like promote it, which is strange. Or like, not her vendors, but her whatever, the people that are presenting in it. They're like not promoting it very well.
So they need to have that in the contract. Now, I just for Hexfest, that's in my contract. For WitchCon, that was in my contract. I think we go above and beyond the contract because we have so many places that we plug it. It's like you have to plug it on your social media. I think the only reason I know about
Hexfest is because of you guys. Like, you really do plug it like a lot.
Yeah. Well, I just signed up for Witch Fest, and they had the same thing in their contract. You got to plug it on your social media. It's like, oh, dude, you don't even know all my social media. I plug it all over the damn place. It's like, so we won't be plugging Hexfest tonight because I met my contractual obligation and it's sold out.
Your quota.
So it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
But I will promote Witchfest later.
Witchfest. Okay.
And that's in New York, but we're not coming to New York.
Well, Kenya told me, she was like, well, you should apply to present at Witchfest in New York, because obviously I'm in this vicinity. So
I hadn't even heard of it before. They just asked me to do it, and they said, oh, there's a Witchfest? Really? Okay, cool. I think I heard of it.
Did you? So you applied for it, or no, not yet?
Yeah, I 2 workshops I got to do. I just signed my contract today.
Yeah, I think they contacted him.
Yeah. I was
looking online, and it was saying that I think that they were full on presenters. So I think it's like one of those things where it's like, if you're known, you get asked.
Yeah.
But if you aren't known, you're kind of like not invited.
I think I was already signed up. They just, were waiting for me to actually tell them what I was going to teach. So.
Oh, cool. So are you going to be coming to New York then?
No, I'm doing the online thing. So I got
the
2
online
workshops
thing.
online.
Okay. Yeah, we've got it's carnival season. So Firestone Crystals in New York is going to be, we're going to be setting up a vendor booth. We've got at the like flea markets here in Long Island. Is where we're gonna be mainly located in Long Island and Belrose, kind of near Queens in Brooklyn. And then we'll be in New York City probably the 2nd to the 5th of July. But anyways, so we're going to be doing a lot of carnivals here in New York City and just like really giving tarot readings like gypsies. It's been a lot of fun. I've been really doing that. In Seattle, I was going and doing that, sitting in parks and under trees and just having people line up to do tarot readings with me. It's been a lot of fun. So really getting into that. I'll be in Los Angeles at some point, even though just Los Angeles doesn't agree with me very much. But yeah, I'm excited for New Orleans. I was going to go to Hex Fest with Christine Silva, but I don't know what's going on with the tickets, so I may have already lost my opportunity because at that point, hey, Frederick Xavier! Oh my goodness, Frederick Xavier is here!
We got in the chat room there. What's up, Frater?
Frederick Xavier! Oh my God, I'm your number one fan girl.
This is like the most jumping chat room we've had in a while because like we're so spread out. It's like we're on iHeartRadio and iTunes Radio and Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're like all over the goddamn place. And so few people actually come all the way over here to Spreaker, which they need to do to get in the damn chat room.
Yes, let me see if I can plug Frederick Xavier's website, because Frederick Xavier is certainly it was you and Frederick Xavier who taught me everything I know pretty much about magic. And then Bill Duvendak is my most recent mentor, and he's just been phenomenal with 418 Ascendant. Oh my gosh.
Frederick Xavier is the one that gave me the idea to go on Gumroad, and that's been so good. It's like the part I hated about doing correspondence courses was asking people to pay me every month. It's like being a bill collector. Gumroad just handles that. Gumroad handles that. I pay them a little bit, and they deal with all the shit that I don't want to deal with. I just want to teach magic and not fuck around with all that shit.
Yeah.
There was I remember for a while there was a rumor on social media. I guess it was a conspiracy theory that I was Frederick Xavier.
I know, you guys sound nothing alike.
I don't think we sound anything alike, and our premise is entirely different. It's like Frater
he's
does
like,
not,
don't curse people.
well, Frater does not show his face. It's part of his mystery. He has a whole philosophy behind that, and I respect that. It's like, that's literally all I do. I talk to the camera. If I have any graphics to show you, they're going to be with a Sharpie that I hold up in front of the fucking camera. I don't do PowerPoints. I don't do production. None of that shit. I turn on the camera and I talk to it, and people like that. So I can't believe that, unless it was, me or Frater living out an opposite part of our personalities, it made no sense.
Yeah, it's like the depolarization of your mind, I guess, in class form. But yeah, no, I think it's really cool also that both you and Frederick Xavier have like so much free material on YouTube. It's so nice. Like, so many people these days want to get paid for every little bit of knowledge that they hand you. And while I do think that there must be an energy exchange, it's nice that you guys do that for the collective, because sometimes people are genuinely in need and don't have the resources to accurately tip you or whatever. But, I mean, Frederick Xavier's quality of his videos has just increased like so much. So I'm surprised, honestly, that I watched his first set of videos, because they were like, the first song was not appealing to me. So,
well, yeah, he's got his little intro song and the graphics to go along with him. The hoodie
the
guy.
Graphics are crazy.
It's edgy. Yeah, that's probably what I like about him. It's probably what I like about him in the first place. I like edgy. I don't like timid.
I like
witchcraft, ceremonial magic, any of that. I just don't get along with those people. And
do you remember that one woman who was like, he tried to sexually accost me or something, and it was like this weak, timid woman, and obviously you're married to a very aggressive woman who can hold her own, and it's like, why would he even bother with that? Like, you said that in one of your, I don't know, lives or something, and I got like the biggest kick out of it.
Oh no, that was a long time ago during activism and before Marta came along, but
really before Marta?
Yeah, and I was polyamorous at the time, and that was often a thing that they did in activism to nullify an effective activist, was to accuse them of such things. And when this woman stepped up in a meeting and made that accusation, 5 women in the meeting stepped up and called bullshit. They said, no, I have slept with him, and there's no way that he made the first move even. It ain't that kind of party.
You still don't make the first move.
I was just
got my days.
I was like, I feel like you have to do a generous amount of work.
I have my moments.
I know, seduce your woman. She's gorgeous.
I'm trying to navigate. I keep muting our mic whenever you're talking so we don't hear this shit in the background. I can't believe it's such a small yard. I can't believe they're still
horrible.
going.
I think it's really horrible.
It's horrible. Well, I think we started playing the music, and then they started that, so I think they just don't like the music.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. We'll take another musical break soon. Yeah. So the book, you don't want to plug the book? It didn't sound like a plug.
I mean, I still get paid from the book, so let's plug it.
Yeah.
It's like,
gotta get paid.
It's like the magic of Curon. Curon. Let me get it on Amazon here. But it's really, Marta, you would hate it because it is like edited really poorly. Like, it was written by somebody who speaks Romanian originally. Then it was edited by Nick Farrell, who is British and has his own way of speaking. And then, you know what I mean? So it's just like all these
different, like a lot of the words are different. And they put
color.
They put the punctuation outside of the quotes instead of inside of the quotes, which is like really jarring when you're used to the American way. But I know that's correct for the British way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was like, I was so depressed when the book came out that I didn't bother reading it really, like the whole thing. And so I was like, publish it, I don't care. They were like waiting on me to give the go ahead, and I did not do my due diligence, and I probably should have, but it's good. It's got some good stuff. I wouldn't honestly recommend doing the rituals. They're so-so. I mean, take it with a grain of salt. I kind of think you have to do that with any ritual you come across in a book, is you have to do your research. I think you instilled that in me, Uncle Birch, was like, that Aleister Crowley had lines in Latin that were like, devour me completely or something. And those who didn't research it. So now I'm like, now I'm paranoid as hell about any sort of ritual I do. So.
Well, it depends on where you get it, or if you're writing your own. You should be writing your own stuff by now. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't ever. Yeah, it's rare that I come across
somebody
a book.
published Amazon.com/magic-chiron-I. Is that your book? Magic of Chiron.
That's the book. Yeah, the Magic of Chiron. Yeah, it's sold on Amazon. Yeah. It's like $12.
Wait a minute. Frater Xavier doesn't know about my Mercury retrograde sigil? Of all the fucking people,
I don't know.
I should have sent that to you.
Well,
I've done
your Mercury retrograde sigil, and I feel like, I was a dumbass. Well, not a dumbass. But I flew from Seattle to New York on very little money, and by the grace of strangers, I was able to make it from Albany, New York to Long Island, which I didn't realize was like a long distance. And so anyways, the universe really helped me out in that regard. But yeah, the Mercury, when I was sitting in the airport, like crying my eyeballs out, I was like, this is Mercury retrograde.
Well, I don't know if you sent it to me. I think you sent it to me, but you were talking somewhere where you said a witch must take the reins, not the ride. And the guy goes, I'm stealing that. He said, I stole that from Uncle Birch.
I did.
Absolutely. It's always time to do what you need to do, even if the planets aren't aligned for what you got to do. You just got to bump up certain things to do what you got to do when you got to do. And the Mercury sigil, it's all based on the triangular sail. Our ancestors had a broad sail, and they sailed across the oceans, and as long as the winds were favorable, you could sail, and if not, you had to drop sail and float around for a while and float off course. And then when the winds came back up, you put your sail back up. Then somebody came up with a triangular sail, where you could literally sail into the wind at an angle and get where you're going. And use that force against you to drive you forward. So, normally, magic follows the path of least resistance, but if we take the right angle with the triangular sail, a whole different game.
I took that sigil that you made, and then I took Frederick Xavier's. He's got this, I can't remember what the course is called. It's words of affirmation, I think. But he basically breaks down the alphabet into symbols, so it's really easy to make sigils with that, and it makes your sigil even more powerful if you use.
I like that.
So he talks a lot about the triangle and the shape of it and how it's strength, and he really just breaks it down line by line. So then it was okay, I took your sigil, then I took his concepts with the thought forms. And then his program, Frederick Xavier's Thought Forms and Servitors program, really changed the game for me, because at first I was prescribing to the notion that servitors are so hard to make. No, they're not. You just think of them, and they exist. So, and also
I make them in a book.
Yeah,
I have
so it shall be
limited
written, and so it shall
artistic
be
skills.
done.
I got limited artistic skills. I draw a little picture of them. I write, their name. I am so and so. I am a product of the will of my master. I do this, that, and the other. I have this ability, that, and the other. This is how you call on me. Blah blah blah. I have this book where I do that, and since I keep doing that, that's the only method I need to do. I do it in circle with incense and candles going and that kind of shit, but. They're not hard to make. Not hard to make. I mean, people make them accidentally. The thought forms, not so much the servitors, but people accidentally create thought forms all the damn time. Bad ones. Fuck them up.
And Frederick Xavier's free video on YouTube about depression. I'll see if I can find it. That talks about it's one simple sentence, and I swear to God, it's changed my life. I reject that. And he was you think, because you're obviously going to have the thoughts, until you've programmed yourself to not have it, you're going to have it. So if you're I'm so poor right now. Oh, okay, fuck, I thought that. I reject it.
I got that too. Mine's cancel. And recently I've upgraded that to be more modern, to delete. But I totally understand the concept.
You invented cancel culture.
I was so depressed one year in Santa Fe, and I was just in a really terrible spot, and I had kind of given up on magic, because when you're depressed you do that. You're it's not working. And
the dark night of the soul, man.
So then I was I'm just going to log on YouTube for some reason, unbeknownst to me. It's because I needed to have a notification from a video that Frederick Xavier had put out years ago. But for some reason, it was at the top of my notifications, and I was well, this is applicable. I guess iTunes is listening to my conversations really and cares about me. So I watched it, and it was I mean, obviously it didn't change overnight, but and it there were moments where I forgot to do that, but now it's I'm telling others to do that, and now I'm seeing others change their life, and it's this ripple effect that you guys have that you don't even realize. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but we're here to talk about you. We talk about me and Frater. We got our platforms. Who the hell is this occult bitch?
Yeah, okay, so I haven't really set up my platform yet, so I'm kind of here to plug other people. But by plugging other people, I plug myself. So Yeah, Firestone Crystals is again set up here it's in Long Beach. I'm sorry, not Long Beach. It's in Long Island, New York. It's a little crystal shop that you can come. It's, out of her apartment. You can just come and fill a basket. Or she normally sells all of her stuff online, but people have been really like hounding her for a storefront. So I set that up for her just now, and it looks so lush. Like it's phenomenal. And then I'll be traveling. Christine Silva, who's another Uncle Birch student, like one of the OGs. I'm going to go to her place in Virginia and help her set up Pristine Illusion, her storefront, because she's also opening up her storefront. And again, Pristine Illusion's website, like, in your class, you do tell us how to run a shop, and you can tell that Christine really just really took all your advice.
I love when I see that. It's like when I ran into Manwich on TikTok.
Manwich, yeah.
He's like, I was watching how he was brewing his stuff and how he was doing his shops. Like, oh shit, you did everything I taught you and made it better. And that's why, and that's why we run a store together now.
I know. What is it called? I'm always like Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and I'm like, that's not it.
No, the address is the Lover's Hermetic Supply. It's the Lover's Hermetic Supply in the Sacred Grove. I need to actually, someday actually just buy a goddamn domain name and redirect it.
I know.
It's both of our shops together. We work together. We're finally going to actually meet. I haven't met you either. It all happens in New Orleans, so you'll probably meet Manwich too.
Hell yeah. Well, my plan is, like, even though I don't have a ticket technically to Hexfest, I don't care. I'm just going to hang out with you guys at night and drink. Like, either way, I'm going to be learning magic. It's fucking New Orleans.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't figure out the ticket thing.
I didn't. Yeah, that was, sorry, I must have not finished that story. I didn't figure out the ticket.
I just lost track.
But either way, I'm going to go because I want to go, and I said I was going to go. So I'm going to go.
It's kind of the same thing with Manwich. He's here vending for our shop, but it never occurred to me that he doesn't actually have a ticket for Hexfest, so he can't go to all this stuff. So it's like, well, we're definitely going to be hanging out. I mean, when we went to Hexfest the first time, we didn't really see hardly anybody's workshops because everybody's workshops we would have wanted to see was like at 9 in the morning, and the bars never close here, so that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, well, and like the heat is going to murder me, so like I'm literally just going to be joining the vampire community in New Orleans because, like, not intentionally, but just because the sun will murder me. So
umbrella.
I'm just going to be crawling around the streets at night.
You want an umbrella. If it rains or if it doesn't rain, I wish I had an umbrella. And I wore all white.
Oh my gosh.
People were all shocked.
Like spritzer bottles?
You always, spritzer bottles, but you always want a bottle of water. Just constantly be drinking.
But spritzer bottles are a great idea.
Yeah. Most places are overly air conditioned. You just go from, air conditioned to air conditioned. It's August.
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't have any hurricanes or anything,
Well, he's been doing it in August every year, so.
I know. Is there something special about the timing of it, or is it just like everybody's on vacation? Like, this is the most profitable?
I'm not sure why they came to that decision.
What, in August?
Yeah, it's been in August.
I will tell you why, because August, is hurricane season. It's, pretty hot and humid and everything, and because of that, airfare is cheaper and hotels rooms are cheaper.
Yeah.
So he kind of wants to do it on the off season because it's expensive.
Well, and even though we don't have to plug Hexfest as part of our obligation right now because it's sold out and you can't go if you don't have a ticket. Christian and Brian go above and beyond any other festival. I've just signed on to a couple festivals and nobody offered to pay my travel, pay my hotel fare, and pay me. When I first signed on to Hexfest, we were living in Hollywood, and somebody sent me my itinerary. and they handled everything. Everything was handled, and I just, I show up at this point, I get on this fucking plane, I go here, I get on this shuttle, the shuttle's gonna fucking be there, and I go to the hotel room that they booked for me. Nobody does that. It's quite a thing.
I propositioned Christian Day, I guess it was last week, to see if he had an opening for, to teach at either this HexFest or next year, and they're booked. I think a couple years out. It's a really your position is sought after highly. I think.
We got my contract for next year.
Of that. Yeah, it's super dope. I can't wait. Yeah, and I'm sure you still are getting hits on people purchasing your Magical Warfare class. That thing was so great.
Yeah, and since I've taught that at HexFest and variations of that, I get customers from that. And then those are WitchCons online. I think it was Magical Warfare, The Art of Deception. So there's still people hitting on that and then buying the courses. So it all continually makes money. That's working smarter, not harder. Like those things that I'm getting paid for, I did a long time ago.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yes. All right. So here's where I'm going to plug myself. So I'm going to do. So I've been doing tarot. That's how I've been making my living. Well, not obviously, but that's how I've been making my living the last few months. However, I am doing these consultation things. I did up my prices now. I feel like I'm an adult tarot reader. So for my price is now the $75 for the in-depth reading, which I think is pretty generous. And then I'm helping Christine Silva with it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's really intense. But Christine Silva is one of the most gifted mediums that I have had the pleasure of working with. And she does this, she's launching this new thing, and I assist her, kind of help do I just help her in the appointment. But she helps you in an hour. She'll bring forward 20 of your ancestors and bring a specific message from each one of them in less than a minute. It's crazy. And you think that sounds like bullshit, but then she says such a specific message per each person that it's hard to denounce. So
20 messages.
Yeah. I mean, and it's only $100 because Christine likes to have ridiculous prices. So I think that's really underselling it. So a full hour medium reading is usually more than $100. To talk to 20 ancestors is mind blowing. So she, again, Pristine Illusions, Christine Silva. I plugged her website earlier. And yeah, I'll be in Virginia in a couple weeks to set up her storefront. It's really exciting. She's got so much good stuff. And she also brews brews oils in the way that you taught us, and has made it her own. The one thing that I do kind of specialize in is tarot therapy. On TikTok, I'm called Tarot Therapy Together. And that's because when I was a teenager, I was a piece of shit. And I got sent away to wilderness and boarding school. And then after that, I went to college and did the whole psychology shit. And so I really, it's the first half of the session is therapy. The second half of the session is tarot cards. And rather than me sitting in the appointment and being like, okay, how do you feel about your trauma? The cards are going to tell me how you feel. I'm not going to waste my time asking you how you feel. I'm sure you don't even know. But I am charging it for a ridiculously low price because I think that therapy is important for people. Granted, I am not a licensed therapist. However, I have several clients, and you do have to sign a non-disclosure agreement and a whole bunch of other shit because I am not about to be held liable for any of this nonsense. However, what I do in the session is, we talk through some shit, we pull cards, and then I give you goals. And that's kind of how I was raised always, is if you don't have a goal, you're not doing something. You're not doing it right. And you always need to be improving your goals. And so, like, the easy day was yesterday. That's my favorite saying of all time. The easy day was yesterday. So that's kind of what it is. The therapy thing grabs people's attention, but really it's just people talking, reading cards, and setting goals for one another. So yeah, that's what I got. I'm also doing like the magical consultations and shit. The Magic for Hire, obviously. It's all on Facebook. I need to get my website going, and then I'll be launching my YouTube channel this week. And then I'm also writing a book that won't be garbage, and it'll just be purely my book, and that will be released hopefully by the end of this year. So I can't talk any further about it, but that's my like big hush hush announcement.
All right. Well, get together all the plugs that you have on the stuff that you're going to plug, and we're going to take a musical break, hoping that our neighbors are done with their yard work. And Wittershins, okay. Born in chaos, swimming through chaos. We embrace the chaos because we came here from Hollywood, and we know that the show must go on. And we'll be right back. Oh, if I can get there. Jesus, fucking thing.
I ache for the touch of your lips, dear, but much more for the touch of your whips, dear. You can raise welts like nobody else as we dance to the masochism tango. Let our love be a flame, not an ember. Say it's me that you want to dismember. Blacken my eye, set fire to my tie as we dance to the masochism tango. At your command, before you here I stand. My heart is in my hand. Ugh, it's here that I must be. My heart entreats, just hear those savage beats, and go put on your cleats, and come and trample me. Your heart is hard as stone or mahogany, that's why I'm in such exquisite agony. My soul is on fire, it's aflame with desire, which is why I perspire when we tango. You caught my nose in your left castanet, love. I can feel the pain yet, love, every time I hear drums. And I envy the rose that you held in your teeth, love, with the thorns underneath, love, sticking into your gums. Your eyes cast a spell that bewitches. The last time I needed 20 stitches to sew up the gash you made with your lash as we dance to the masochism tango. Bash in my brain and make me scream with pain, then kick me once again and say we'll never part. I know too well I'm underneath your spell, so darling, if you smell something burning, it's my heart. Excuse me. Take your cigarette from its holder and burn your initials in my shoulder. Fracture my spine and swear that you're mine as we dance to the masochism tango.
what we are. And I thought I heard him say, we sleep all day, we party all night, never grow old. It's fun to be one of us, but how far will you go? I don't wanna live forever, but I don't wanna die like this. One thing's for sure, one cure for a fading reflection, and I never could resist your vampire kiss. Forever young, forever lost, children of the night, a virtual rise from the cross, screaming to the night. We sleep all day, we party all night, never grow old. It's fun to be one of us, but how far will you go? I don't wanna live forever, but I don't wanna die like this. One thing's for sure, one cure for a fading reflection, and I never could resist your vampire kiss. We sleep all day, we party all night, never grow old. It's fun to be one of us. You just gotta let go. Do you wanna live forever, or do you wanna die like this? Now you're left with a fading reflection, and you never could resist my vampire kiss. My vampire kiss. My Anything is what she is. Anywhere is where she's from. Anything is what she'll be. Anything as long as it's mine. And the door it opens way back in, or is it way back out? Any place is where she'll be. Any place she'll see you from. Lies and secrets become your world. Anytime, anywhere, she takes me away. And that climbs up the steps one by one to give you the rose that's been burned by her sun. Point me to the sky above. I can't get there on my own. Walk me to the graveyard, dig up her I have seen a demon's face. I have heard of her death place. I fall down on my knees and pray to them. Horrible things that took her away. And then climbs up the steps one by one to give you the rose that's been burned by her sun. Point me to the sky above. I can't get there on my own.
Misfits on Witterson's Radio. Then over here, Stellar Corpses and fuck, why don't I remember his name?
Masochism Tango.
Tom Lehrer with Masochism Tango. And shit, my mic up? Why are you people talking about what I was talking about in the chat room?
When the music was on?
Yeah, you
No.
USGA.org. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to meet my contractual obligations.
But that's
on
good
Witterson.
though. They're being helpful.
Yeah, they are, and they found it too. But which is Fest? WITCH.
Which is Fest, not is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it's WITCHSFEST USA.org.
That's what I'm saying. It's witches, not which is.
I know, so that was why I was having a problem finding the thing that I'm presenting at that I
No,
am
you had a problem
contractually
because you thought
obligated.
it was Witch Fest. I'm telling you that you shouldn't say which is, because that makes people think it's IS.
Well, anyway, Witches Fest is coming up, and it's like right around the corner, July 9th through the 11th, 2021. There's a whole huge list of presenters, but I'm not going to read it to you because I know it's not accurate yet. Because I just signed up today for 2 workshops. So
Okay.
whatever they have on there, there's no way they updated it yet. But they're Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They have streaming and in person. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but I'm doing the streaming. I'm not really ready to bring the family to New York quite just yet. So
Even though New York's doing better than Louisiana, but
yeah, but still.
yeah.
And on subways and shit. I don't know if people are vaccinated. I don't know, but WitchesFestUSA.org. You can go there and check out all the things that are going to be happening. I'll get better at plugging it next week after I've actually looked at the damn thing.
There is a UK version and a USA version, so that's you have to make sure you're looking at the right one.
Yeah, that's why
I
it
guess
says
that's-
USA.
yeah, I guess that's why
as-
they
as
said
part of the
USA. Huh?
URL.
All right. See, I maybe heard of it, but I really hadn't, known anything about it until they asked me to be there.
Yeah.
So
I'd only seen it
learned.
on Instagram and stuff as a pretty big event, and which is in previous years in passing. But I was always like, oh, New York City, I'm never going to be there.
Yeah, and there you are.
Turns out I'm here. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you should have said cancel. Or
Cancel,
what's
cancel.
Prater say?
Yeah, cancel. I reject that.
I reject
I'm
that.
gonna be there. I'll be there. Yeah. I wish I could find Kenya Koviak's thing because I know that's coming up too, but I, for the life of me, cannot remember it.
It's convocation.
Convocation.
Oh, convocation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up online.
But yeah, I think, if they're having that problem, that's because they don't have in their contract what everybody. I took it seriously. I don't know if everybody else does, but okay, I've got to plug it on my social media. That's my part of the fucking game, and I get paid to do it and that kind of thing from the ones that I've worked at. So it's like that's a lot of social media. I plugged it on fucking everything.
If I could just pay, literally, I wish I could pay somebody to do my TikToks because it's the one thing I cannot stand is making TikToks. I don't know what it is. I hate editing the videos. I just hate all of that.
Well,
so I'm gonna hire somebody at some point in
therein
my life to
lies
do
the
that.
problem. Editing.
Yeah.
I never edit a fucking thing.
Yep.
I let the chaos fucking happen, and it works on the video. It's sometimes all of a sudden the dogs start fighting in the background, and people are all going, "Do you own bears?"
Do you own bears?
Let it roll, man. Like this whole fucking show. It's calmed down now. I think they finally finished their whole goddamn yard, hopefully. But we roll with the world, man. Other people wouldn't want to do
which
that.
takes the reins.
Other people are going to want to have a sound stage and all this, quiet on the set kind of things. I don't have that kind of life. You got that kind of life, honey?
What?
You got that kind of life?
No.
Where you can say quiet on the set?
Not right now.
Yeah, like right now I hear ships in the Mississippi going boop, boop, doing their boop. I can't make them not do that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, what if a train came by right now? I'm gonna jump on the Facebook page and say, hey, can we make that train stop honking when I'm having a podcast in the backyard?
You
bitch?
can do it if you're paying them, but if you're not paying them, I wouldn't bother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, just don't bother.
Yeah.
What exactly are we
Oh my
talking
god.
about?
Are you guys?
What?
What?
Or are you never gonna end it?
And what?
And what? I
Or
missed
this
it.
day? Like
Oh
end
yeah,
this day
yeah,
and
we
fucking
are
normal show.
because it's obviously becoming obsolete. Our viewership is definitely down. For good reason. People aren't staying home.
People needed us when they were staying at home,
Yeah.
and they just don't need us anymore.
Yeah, they have
They don't
to.
need
They're
us.
alive now.
So yeah, we're gonna.
We have to go back to work.
I mean, we've
gonna
definitely
evolve
we've
it,
definitely
or-
made a lot of friends that way. So we're not gonna totally disappear, but we'll probably change the name. Like it'll be like the Get the Fuck Out Show or something like that, and we'll be on location.
Well, and we have other devious plans.
Yeah.
We'll be up in their social media grill in an entirely new way. And we're not going to sell them.
Yep.
Not going to tell them.
Nope.
Other than that, just sit on the edge.
To know, to will, to dare, and to be silent.
Yeah. Exactly.
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 That's how we
Yeah.
got here. Nobody knew we were moving to New Orleans except for 3 people here. And when we went live on Facebook as we're pulling down the freeway where the signs start saying New Orleans and shit. That was the first clue anybody had. Just stuck the thing on the dash cam, let people guess.
I know. Do you remember all the people that were freaking out and were like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes. When we moved.
We're freaking out.
Oh yeah, people were freaking out. It's like, why'd you move? It's like, why not?
Yeah.
Where else should a guy that teaches witchcraft for a living live? Here, Salem?
We
Salem's
are
cold.
so happy that we moved. It was the best decision that we made. The easiest thing we've ever had to do. I mean, we've never lived outside of California, so it seems like a big crazy move, especially with like a dog and a cat and a kid. But it was actually, everything kind of fell into place. It was pretty easy, and then the lockdown happened. But this is a much better place to be stuck in than where we were in Hollywood. Which was also cool at the time, but in comparison, we like it here a lot better.
Yeah.
So
Chances of getting COVID there were much higher.
yeah,
Elevators, stairwells.
yeah, we were in a condo in Hollywood, so we were the proximity to people was a lot closer than where we are now. So it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was traveling there to go, and I can't believe that I have the cat burnt down. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, not
but-
down. It burnt a lot, but
Yeah.
not all the way.
It's still there.
But
yeah.
you know,
Is it? Okay.
I use everything as a teaching moment, and it doesn't even matter, if it's people I respect. But the eye of the cat, which has been burning candles for witchcraft longer than probably any place else, still managed to catch their shit on fire. And that's why whenever a new witch asks me what's the most important thing you can tell a new witch, fire safety, fire safety, fire safety. I can't believe that happened. They plenty of candles burning my entire time there when I was a kid, but it still happened. And when I was like late 20s, I still burned down a place or two. I knew that.
I made the mistake in my Seattle apartment. I kind of burnt a hole in the backyard, like on my porch by accident, because I had this candle burning, and in the candle was a bunch of oil that I had put in. And then when you get to the last of it, it's like, the plate's on fire now. Okay, well, I'm a dumbass, and I throw water on, and obviously it's an oil fire. So it just it explodes. And it becomes a crazy ass fire. So then I run to go get rice and shit to douse it. But things like that, even after all these years, it's like I still do stupid shit.
Yeah. I mean, people get really carried away when they're dressing a candle and they use too much shit. It's often the problem. It's like you just need a little sprinkle of this, maybe two drops of that.
More is not necessarily
more is not better
here.
no. Especially like those glass candles. And people wonder, why my candle turned black? Well, because you put too much shit in it. Why did my candle explode? You put too much shit in it. When my house burned, you put too much shit in it.
I always do this thing where I'm like, oh, like, you know, this. For some reason, like the summer comes around and I'm like, okay, I have to now get rid of all of my belongings and move. It's now spring and now it's time for me to relocate. It happens every year. It has since I was like a teenager. But so in this moment, I was like, okay, I have to get rid of all these oils. I'm not just going to throw them away. I'm just going to use it all in one spell. I mean, like, it wasn't like a massive amount of oil, but it was like, 7 to 18 drops of oil, and there was like 4 different types of oil. So it was like obviously way too much. But
yeah, for most things, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Are you going to be, is Christian Dave still doing classes on like that event bribe thing?
What?
He is. I haven't, it's kind of escaped my memory.
So what was the question?
The classes that Hex Education is doing.
Oh, okay.
I haven't submitted anything in a while. I just kind of forgot about it.
I haven't. Well, I usually get notifications because I'm on the Hex page of classes coming up, and I haven't gotten any notifications recently. So, he's probably really busy with Hex Fest right now.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I don't know that there's anything happening on it right now.
Do you know what you're presenting yet for Hex Fest? You had to give him like an idea, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Hex-
it's in the program already.
For this year?
Yeah.
Is it?
Magical warfare, feeding on your enemies. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm
You were
doing.
asked to do another one.
Then I'm doing. What is that? Do another one. Oh, a cultural similarity.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I'm doing 2. She's right. And then there's a panel.
Magical, is it warfare?
Witch Wars, ending Witch Wars or something like that, which is going to be
Ending Witch Wars?
Yeah, which is going to be fascinating because I'm on the panel
yeah.
with somebody that engaged in a witch war with me before.
So so it's that person and Christian's on that panel.
Yeah.
I think Utu's on that
So
panel.
I will
well.
be able to. I will catch them off guard. Maybe.
You guys have to have it's like assigned speaking times because I feel like otherwise, it's just going to be all a bunch of alphas like trying to get the time. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be madness.
I think last year the way they did it is they would just go one person at a time.
Yeah.
Would just get a chance to speak their part. So that's probably that's how it's going to be this year, just so it's more organized.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, Uncle Birch, that you have initiated a witch war before, correct?
Initiated?
Yeah.
No, I've never initiated a witch war. I've finished
I feel
several.
like, okay. Yeah. Well, so, because I always wonder, I don't have any confirmation of any recent, because I've had a few falling outs with some quote-unquote powerful witches lately. So, in my mind, I was,
Wait, like
preparing.
TikTok, quote unquote?
like Uncle Birch students.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I fell out with Laura Elizabeth and Nicholas Rachel.
Huh.
So.
Do they know who you are?
Oh yeah, they know who I am.
Well, it's funny.
Do they know the connection?
I got something in my
yeah.
memories from Nicholas Rachel recently, and I was like, I haven't heard from her in a while, and I clicked on her, link to her page, and it was gone. So I guess she blocked me for whatever.
She said that you blocked her over
really?
like a Trump thing, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I honestly have no recollection of blocking her. I actually looked her up because I hadn't heard for a while, and so I don't know.
have no
Yeah,
clue.
I mean, she was one that I had, you know, wrangled for Uncle Birch way back in the day for his classes. And when she signed up, I realized, oh shit, this bitch is crazy. So at like 3 in the morning or something, I was like insanely manic. I emailed Uncle Birch like the picture of her profile, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I sent a stalker your way. Like,
I don't even remember
I'm
this.
so sorry.
I don't either.
And then, like, I mean, it turned out she wasn't what I anticipated. However, anytime I speak to her, weird shit happens in a negative way. So it's kind of hard to denounce the results. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going on action versus word here.
Yeah.
And my life, yeah. So,
Okay.
but
I mean,
I think
it's possible. I honestly don't remember who blocked who.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, one of our prime directives is do good things and don't be a dick.
Yeah. Well, I guess my question for you guys is, like, at that point, I mean, as a tarot reader, obviously, I have my means of divination to figure out, okay, is this person, you know, throwing a curse at me, okay?
Yeah.
And then you have your telltale signs, okay? Are you losing sleep? Are, you know, negative things happening over a consecutive long period of time? You know, like things like that. But if you're trying to find like an immediate answer, I mean, I found it's best to just always do the protection work, even if nothing comes from it. But like, I guess, like, I don't know, like, A, what would make you start a witch war with somebody? And then B, how could you immediately determine if somebody's cursed you?
I've often done a thing, and since it worked out so well, I just pretty much do it every so often, just in case. But yeah, I can't tell everybody on the radio how to do it. But a thing to thwart unknown enemies, and then bring that knowledge of their existence to me. I've always been amazed how many people I let be like that close to me that just fell after I did that spell.
Yeah, okay.
People I really fucking trusted. And so now I'm not very trusting at all anymore, because all of those people I trusted, and it's like, whoa, really? That dude? It's like all of a sudden that dude gets a heart attack, he's in the fucking hospital and shit. It's like, oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
My right-hand man, huh? All right.
Alright,
So
yeah.
those kind of spells, just to uncover those kind of things, need to be done periodically. The neighbor's dog agrees, clearly.
That's why I was laughing. I was like, ooh, you're about to tell me something good.
They found more yard work to do. All right.
Okay, well.
Now a blower.
Yes, embrace the chaos. Yes. Marta, are you still like doing the whole editing thing for Christian Day? Whose thing?
Well, I
never remember.
edited Levi's book, and I edited Lilith's book, which she just had a book signing for that. He doesn't have anything coming up, so like at the moment I'm not editing anything. He was gonna do his book, and then he decided to put it off because he was really busy with other things.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now I'm not doing anything for him.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's time for you guys to go to the bars, anyways.
Absolutely.
What? I didn't hear you.
Something about going to the bar.
Oh, yeah.
I said it's time for you guys to go to the bars, anyways, rather than working.
Yes.
Yeah, it's time for us to get out. Get the fuck out.
We're just finally finding
Get the fuck
bars
out,
in our
bitch.
neighborhood. Yeah.
Okay, I think I have nothing else to announce. What about you guys?
Not a whole lot. Really.
I'm open to ending early because this noise is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning for longer, but it seems like
Yeah.
they're never gonna end.
Yes.
Well, we could always have you on again, in the future, and we'll, make sure we're inside.
Not try and be in the backyard next time.
Yeah.
It was so peaceful when we started.
The weather's really nice right now. We usually are inside, but it was a nice day today, so we decided to do it outside, which was a bad idea.
Is Mercury still retrograde? I'm gonna blame it on Mercury.
I don't even know.
Mercury's fault.
Yeah.
Did you see Frederick Xavier? He said that Mercury was what did
Yeah.
Yeah, blame it on Mercury retrograde.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Jamie.
We'll have you on again when we can hear what the hell you're saying.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, bye guys.
Blessed be. Well, that's Jamie, one of my kids. I think one of Frater Xavier's kids too. Oh, me and Frater have kids together. We're gonna play something because we can't hear what we're fucking thinking. Widdershins. We're here typically every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central U.S. time. And you can find us all over almost every place that you get podcasts, except for places that I don't know about. But we'll see you next week.
Good evening. I would like to report on the state of our war against the American people. We're mounting a sustained campaign to crack down on every American and every person of every faith and every nation, and to bring them to justice. All missions are being executed according to plan, without warning or provocation. Americans are being swept up in an international dragnet. Thousands of FBI agents are on the trail of other citizens here and abroad. It has everything to do with hate and evil and murder and prejudice. America's strong.
Federal agents, we are armed!
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away? What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away?
I see a message from the government, like every day. I watch it and listen and call them all suckers. They wanted me about Osama or whatever. Picture me buying the scam, I said never. You in tune to a hard truth soldier spitting. I stay committed, gives a fuck to die, I lose commission. It's all a part of fighting devil state mind control, and all about the battle for your body, mind, and soul. And now I'm hoping you don't close your mind so they shape you. Don't forget they made us slaves, gave us AIDS and raped us. Another Bush season mean another war for profit. All in secret so the public never think to stop it. The Illuminati, 666, all connected. Stole the votes, they control the race and take elections. It's the Skull and Bones Freemason Kill Committee. See the dragon getting shittier in every city.
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away?
Now ask yourself, who's the one with the most to gain? For 9/11, motherfuckers couldn't stand his name. Now even niggas waving flags like they lost their mind. Everybody got opinions, but don't know the time. Cause America's been took, it's plain to see. The oldest trick in the book is making enemy. A phony evil so the government can do its dirt and take away your freedom, lock and load, beat and search. Ain't nothing changed but more colored people locked in prison. These pigs still beat us, but it seems we forgetting. But I remember 4 September how these devils do it. Fuck Giuliani, ask Diallo how he doing. We in the streets, holler jail to the thief. Follow, fuck waving flags, bring these dragons to their knees. Oil, blood, money, make these killers ride cold. Suspicious suicide, people dying, never told. It's all a part of playing God, so you think we need them. While being Ashcroft, take away your rights to freedom. Bear witness to the sickness of these dictators. Hope you understand the time, brother, cause it's major.
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away
explain why my records always come the same. Keep it real, ain't no fillers, motherfucker blingin'. Mine eyes seen the glory of the coming of the beast. So every story, every word I'm saying, fuck peace. See, you could witness the Illuminati body count. Don't be surprised, these is devils that I'm talking about. You think a couple thousand lies mean shit to killers? Nigga, I swear to God, we the ones, ain't no villains. Or any other word they think to demonize a country. Ain't no terror threat unless approval rating slumping. So I'ma say it for the record, we the ones that planned it. Ain't no other country took a part or had their hand in. Just a way to keep you scary so you think you need them. Praising Bush while that killer take away your freedom. How many of us got discovered but ignore the symptoms? Niggas talking loud but ain't nobody saying shit. And with the Fourth Amendment gone, eyes are on the first. That's why I'm spitting cyanide each and every verse. I see the Carlisle group in Harris bank accounts. I see them plead the fifth each and every session now. And while Reichstag burns, see the public buy it. I see the profiling, see the media's compliance. War's good for business, see the vicious make a savior. Hope you understand the time, brother, cause it's major.
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away? What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away?
You can't imagine how much money they've spent trying to silence good people who have put their lives on the line to fight for change.